What drives me to get up in the morning, actually, you might call it the essential oils. You can do something for people without hurting them, without having side effects.
Heinrich von Oetinger was born in Berlin, Germany in 1938. His father, Ferdinand, was a rocket engineer who worked on the German V-1 and V-2 rockets. Due to the fall of Germany in World War II, the rocket industry ceased to exist. On the other hand, the United States was trying to get a rocket off the ground, but they didn't have the people to make it happen. America needed the help of German specialists, and so the von Oettingers moved to the US in 1965. Heinrich, only a teenager, found himself in American soil.
I hadn't finished high school in Europe yet, so I had to finish my high school here. In those days there was still military draft, so I went to the Air Force in those days. Stayed with the Air Force about 5 years. They sent me back to Europe. After I left the Air Force, I went back to university. I had a bachelor's degree. From there I started working with a company by the name of Scott Paper.
It was this company that requested for Heinrich to move to Belgium to manage the business there. But he did not expect to meet a special someone whilst doing so.
The way I met Heinrich was, it was a fun way, the way like my husband is. We met in Belgium, as a matter of fact. Heinrich was on a business trip there.
And one evening I come into the hotel and there's this good-looking young lady behind the counter. 4 weeks later I come back to the hotel and there this young lady was again. She says, "Oh, good evening, Mr. von Oetinger." And I was so surprised that somebody, especially in that type of business, would remember a name for that extended period of time.
And I felt so sorry for him because he was alone, so I invited him.
Eventually got married over in Belgium.
Over the years to follow, Heinrich and Monique became experts in the area of homeopathy and essential oils.
Essential oils and homeopathy became a part of our life. We became very much involved with this type of modality because we also knew that you cannot heal the body just with medication or with essential oils, but you also have to heal the soul.
Aromatherapy had a big influence in our life. Aromatherapy and the alternative healing. Our children, as a matter of fact, got raised on aromatherapy and on alternative healing.
I was raised in a house where I couldn't find aspirin or any type of chemical drugs. Everything was natural.
With all this experience and with 3 kids, the von Oettingers decided to move to South Florida in 1995.
The way we came back to America was actually I became homesick. I had lived here in the United States for over 20 years, and at one point in time I just was missing this free lifestyle, this way Americans live.
Today, the von Oettingers are heavily involved in aromatherapy, healing with energy, Reiki, and other things of that ilk.
Heinrich is a multi-talent, I would say. He has a lot of talents. He's a fun partner. He's a fun dad.
My dad is a wonderful person. He's very passionate. He's very committed to anything and everything he does. And he's very non-judgmental, which I really, really like about him.
He's very sensitive and he's not afraid to show it. What I admire the most about my husband is his charisma. I think he's very charismatic. When he talks in front of people, when he talks in our family, when we have a discussion, you know, he just brings in so much of himself.
At 64, Heinrich looks back at his life with a great sense of pride and accomplishment, both personally and professionally.